take you to the spotlight. I can take you from the day life. I can take your pain and I. Let me take you to the spotlight. I can take you to the spotlight, spotlight. I can get you out of your damn mind, damn mind. I can get you out of this damn life, damn life. Go back to the store where we had it all, sipping Hennessy, going through it all. I know you don't want love. Now I know you've had enough. Heartbroken, yeah, your strings are sprung. They want you, said they were the one. Oh, let me take you to the spotlight. I can take you to the spotlight. I can take away your damn mind. Let me take you to the spotlight, spotlight. I can get you out of your damn mind, damn mind. I can get you out of this damn life, damn life. Go back to the store where we had it all, sipping Hennessy, going through it all. You don't need no love, no, you don't need no love. Yeah. You just need more hope. Yeah. Guidance, purity, you know that others can't see what you mean to me. I know that your eyes are open like the ocean, you know we exploding. Hurricanes are coming in, I don't know where I'm going. Don't try and say that you love me, it's a different day. Falling so deep, I can't escape. I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the RSC. It's been a regular fixture this season with the Sunday Cup draws, and we're back now after doing the biggest rounds of the last 3 weeks. We're back to 16 teams again, and here to do it with me is the brilliant broadcaster, Source.
Yeah, we're getting down to the final few weeks now. We're down to a point where I think a lot of us expected it's mostly master teams left with a few elite teams rounding it off, but we'll see how that whittles down over the next couple of weeks. But I mean, if you want, we can get straight into it. I can see already somebody asking, please no Azteca versus Azteca. I think that's the only franchise with 2 teams left in it, I believe. Just quickly.
Visionary as well, I think.
And Visionary got 2 in there still.
Yep.
So they have, yeah.
There's 2 chances at a cup derby, so it's Azteca and Visionary, and the 16 teams remaining are 11 master and 5 elite. So let's get down to the first spin.
Okay, so first up we have, it's going to be an elite team. We have elite pick number 3, Fearless Bravo.
Yeah, and Fearless Bravo, they went 3-1 in the last round against a challenger team, so they did drop a game against the challenger team, and I think it would have been Stingray's Suzuki playing that one.
Yeah, I believe it would have been. Let's find out who they're going to go up against. So I got distracted, we got raided by Greybeard. Just finishing up, so thank you very much for that. But Fearless Bravo, they'll be going up against master pick number 4, Phoenix.
Yep, so Phoenix are the master team of Forge. They've been on a comeuppance recently with the new roster. I think they have Cubby, Milner, and I'm forgetting the last person. Maybe Ember or Charm, I can't remember. But they're rising up the table at the moment and find themselves joint 6th with 4 wins in a row and a draw.
Okay, so on the other side we'll have master pick number 1, Montezuma, one of the 2 Azteca teams still left in it.
Was that M11, sorry?
No, M1.
M1, thank you. We do have to update sheets in the background with the picks, so as we're trying to talk. So Montezuma currently 8th in the Ignis Conference in Master, 19 and 25, just out of the playing spots.
They're going to be going up against M9, which is Hades from the Might of Hades franchise.
Yeah, and these are the best matchups that people can hope for, really. Masters getting Masters, so that the elite teams can pick off each other, hopefully, and end up getting into the final.
We'll start spinning the next lot. So up next we will have M12. Is that M12? Sorry, no, M2. Nox. Currently doing quite well in Master, I believe, from the DSQ franchise.
Yep, so Nox are currently 2nd in Ignis. 1-7 drawn 3, lost 1, and 30 and 14. If they 4-0 tonight, I assume, they could go joint top. They did actually win their last game as well, 3-0 against Darkness.
Well, they will be going up against E1. It's Kotal, the second Azteca franchise team we've got today. So they're both coming out early.
Yeah, and a second Master team in a row that Friday has to face, our lovely admin. They did pick off a Master team last night in Momentum 3-2. So here we are again.
Over on the other side, we will have M17 Iovi from the System of Solaris.
Yeah, so Iovi doing quite well this season. I think they got a 3-0 forfeit against Kadejo. I don't think the Challenger team wanted to play a Master team here, which is disappointing to see. But maybe they had issues regarding that schedule. Iovi currently 3rd in Glacies in Master. 1-6, drawn 3, lost 3. 29 and 19 record. 4 ahead of 4th. Looks like they'll be a solid upper bracket or lower bracket team depending on how they're doing play-ins.
They'll be going up against M12, which is Leo, which, if I remember correctly, not doing too well this season. I believe they're the bottom of their conference in the standings.
You'd be wrong about that one. Leo are 6th. They've won 4, drawn 1, lost 7. They're 20 and 28, but they are only 2 games away from being 9th, so a very close conference there. Gladiators currently sit there.
I'm trying to remember this from last week's RS cast, which I'm pretty sure they were bottom at that point. But we'll move
Gladiators
on.
hold that spot. They are Gladiators don't have a win and are 10 and 38.
Well, next up we will have M20 Messiahs, the first of those 2 visionary teams coming out.
Yeah, so Messiahs, their result in the last round was a 3-0 sweep against Drogar, who are top of the Master Conference in Ignis. So a very, very big result there. Since Messiahs are 4th in the opposite conference, seeing some opposite conference results already, ready for playoffs.
Well, hopefully they should have an easy run of this by the looks of things. They've got E10, which would be Velocity from the Momentum franchise.
Yep, so that's our 3rd Elite Master versus Elite matchup. Only 2 Elite teams remain, whereas 4 Master teams remain.
Let's see who the next one's going to be. We have... That's right on the border. M7 Illusion.
Yeah, I think our in-house derby has gone for this round, so I think that's the last one that we can hope for.
Yep, definitely no derbies this week. We had a few last week. We had... did we have 2 last week or just the 1? I can't remember.
Just one, I think.
We at least had one, which is all I wanted from this whole tournament. But next up we have M15 Dogon, who are doing quite well in Master standings. Either 1st or 2nd, depending on how results have gone this week, I believe.
Yeah, so Illusion versus Dogon. So Illusion actually won 3-0 against Vanguard, but I think that was a forfeit. There's no replay submitted. And Dogon swept Anju, an elite team, 3-0. Current positions, Illusion are 6th in Glacies with a 5-3-4 record. With Dogon actually being in the same conference and are currently 2nd with a 7-3-2 record.
Next up, we have E19 Huldra from the Valkyrie Knights, bringing it down to they're going to get. The odds don't look in their favour with 2 master teams and 1 elite team left, but we'll give it a spin and find out who they're going to be facing.
Yeah, Huldra currently 3rd in the Ignis Conference with a 28-20 record, just 1 game behind top, but they do have 4 games in hand. Their result in the Cup was actually a 3-0 win against Serena Zucci.
Against the odds, they've drawn E20, which would be profits, so we have an elite versus elite matchup, but that will also leave us with a master versus master matchup for the last one.
Yeah, the only elite matchup this round. Profits, they went 3-0 against Crusaders, a challenger team, and they're not doing very well in league play. They've drawn 6 and lost 5, and they're, I think, the only elite team without a win all season. So they do really need to. I mean, this could boost their morale a little bit by getting so far into the cup.
And then finally, we will have Fenrir, which was M8, I believe. And they will be up against M16, which will be Dominion, who, again, depending on how results have gone this week, 1st or 2nd in their conference. Not too sure how Fenrir are doing.
Yeah, so Fenrir's result in the Cup, let me just find it. They swept Fearless Alpha, but I think that was a forfeit. And Dominion also swept the top elite team, Tigris. And in the conferences, Dominion are top with a 7-3-2 record. Actually, did just lose the last game. I think it was it 3-1 that they lost? I'm not too sure. One of their only 2 defeats this season. And then Fenrir are currently 7th in Ignis with a 3-3-5 record, 20-24. They've actually lost the last 4 series, so only getting a result in the Cup so far in the last 2 weeks. But that is the draw. Is there any matchups here that you think is going to be the talking point of the week? I'm looking at Huldra and Profits just purely for that elite matchup, but is there any that take your fancy sauce?
Yeah, I think that, I will agree with the Huldra and the Profits game being the only elite versus elite matchup. Also, I'm looking at the Nox versus its Kotal game. Again, just want to see how Friday does going up against the master team again, especially a much higher standing master team this week. So see if it can prove it belongs back up there with the top dogs. That one's going out to me as well. And then Iovi versus Leo looks like it sort of where they are both are in the league tables could potentially be quite a juicy matchup.
Yeah, some great ties. I'm also looking at Fearless Bravo as well. I mean, Phoenix are on the come up with the new roster, won 4 in a row. But Fearless Bravo have been impressive this season. They do have, if you look at RSC players over the years, Bryn, Ethereal, Jowett, all known players and could easily win Elite. But we could also see them take games off Masters, so I'm interested to see if they can make another Master team on their journey, because I think they took Serene out of the Cup as well, off a technicality. So anyway, 16 teams, 8 great fixtures, and next time you will see us, we will be into the quarterfinals. Ties are to be scheduled by Monday, 21:59 CEST, just the same as the normal deadline on a Sunday, but on Monday instead. So you've got 24 hours or just over to get them scheduled. and then played by Sunday 1700 CST. So you can hear mine and Source's lovely voices again to come and do the quarterfinal draw. We do have something rolling out this week that you will see. I was going to swear then, but I won't. I'll hold back. It is awesome. Like, just wait till you see it. I'm sure Source can iterate that as well. But yeah, don't miss out on the announcements this week. And also thank you to our sponsors, Real One, Brick and Brack, Synthesized Design, Panthera, Badass, Gamers Apparel, and Gamers Beat Cancer. And I'll let Source close out for once.
Yeah, that's fine by me. And just a reminder to everyone else that don't bother reading pings, that the admin applications close tonight for the next 2 seasons. So if you fancy putting yourself through 2 seasons of torture, make sure you get those applications in by tonight, because we'll be going through those and looking at getting the channels open for people to be putting in portfolios soon. And on that note, I hope you all have a very pleasant evening, and we will catch you at the same time next week, and be sure to check out the league streams throughout the week. Good night.
See ya.